I love crested geckos because they have the expression of an animal who has exactly one brain cell that dings around their skull like a Windows screensaver. Oh, that one's too good. Look at this cute little lizard. Look at this dude.
Look at the top of his head. Look at his lips.
Please do not throw your sardines into the trash can in this bathroom. Ah, what's more ridiculous, this sign or the reason why this sign was made? We'll never know, damn it. Here's another one. What happened for them to make this sign? Like, no selfies with groundhogs while you're shoveling. There are over 7 billion people in the world. What's one thing you think nobody is doing right now? Sitting bound and gagged in my basement. Yep, absolutely no one doing that at this point in time. No, sir. Yoda is probably thick as f*** under those robes. Imagine slapping his thick yet tiny ass cheek. This tweet made me f***ing sick. Stop being dramatic. I know you imagine the shockwave ripple across his left ass cheek as you give it a good smack, and you hear him let out a soft moan in his notorious voice.
Enjoy this, I do.
He slowly whispers. Why? Why is it so easy to imagine Yoda's ass cheeks? What the hell are we doing to this planet? So ashamed to be human right now. Sperm whales found dead in Germany, stomachs full of plastic and car parts. Any parts for a 2003 Chevy Blazer? Asking for a friend. I'm sorry about the whales and all, but I really need these parts. Hope you're all having a great day. You look like the stepdad that genuinely cares and tries to connect with the kids, yet can't seem to find common ground and driving them away further every time you attempt to get close. Oof. You're not my dad, kicks him in the nuts. When you finally find the right block to finish your Minecraft Shrek shrine, but your sister keeps crying about your parents' divorce. Please, I do not have time for your tears. You can take back those late night talks. You can take back those empty I love yous. But you can never take back eating my ass in the Dairy Queen parking lot. Snorting lines of turmeric powder off a plate of vitamin C through a straw made of calcium carbonate, while standing in a downward dog and wearing a jumpsuit made entirely out of chakra-focusing gemstones. Am I healthy yet, Margaret? Am I trying hard enough? No, I think you need more essential oils. When you're watching a movie with your parents and a sex scene comes on and you try to act like you aren't paying attention. Yes. The floor here is made out of floor. When you lay in bed and act like you're gonna quit your job and go back to sleep but you know you're not because you need money for your weird obsessions with 18th century teapots. Oh, happens to me all the time. Yeah, sex is cool, but have you ever been woken up by a mosquito? Got up to kill it only to realize it's not the only one but 3? Start stalking them like a predator. Kill 2 in midair. Lay on the bed pretending to be asleep to fool the final victim to come close enough for the final blow. Yeah, sex is cool and all, but mosquito hunting. How could somebody take a crap in a cubicle and manage to get it into a toilet without physically touching it, besides the act of it, and without anybody knowing about it? Is that a question? You need to know this like right now? I get the feeling this is a time-sensitive question. Having seaweed rub against you when you're swimming in the ocean is like having Satan slowly caress your legs and toes while smiling creepily at you and whispering, "Mayonnaise." I feel so uncomfortable. Shapeshifting is the best superpower because you can have any haircut anytime you want. You can turn into a hotter version of yourself. You can turn into a dragon. You can turn into a robot. You can turn into a shambling mound of abstract shapes and sulk outside your estranged father's house at night while chanting ominously about his sins. This took a weird turn, but I'm still on board. New dating app idea called 7.5. Only for people who are like a strong 7, maybe an 8 on a good day. Who look kind of athletic, but would probably die if they had to run a mile. Have depression, but the kind that makes you funny. Car's check engine light is on. No one else is allowed. Damn, that might give Tinder and Bumble some competition. Being called smart because you have a variety of information on different subjects, but in reality it's all surface level intelligence and you don't feel like you're really good at anything. This one's too relatable. Oh, shit. Wacky weather. Tornado safety, do's and don'ts. Do, seek shelter. Stay away from windows. Bring animals indoors. Listen for weather updates. Don't stand outside holding a pair of nunchucks yelling, "Bring it on, asshole!" Don't use a series of electric wind fans to try and steer the tornado towards your ex's house. Don't try and stab the tornado with a wooden stake. That is vampires. You're thinking of vampires. Don't get attached. The tornado will eventually leave you just like everything else in your miserable life. God. And that's been your wacky weather update. Who the hell makes these things? Like, who sat down and thought that was a good idea to make? A burglar breaks into my house in search of valuables. As he enters the living room, his eyes widen in horror as they fall upon a display case full of my middle school karate trophies. Suddenly, I appear behind him, hands on my yellow belt. Welcome to the dojo, bitch. Ask Reddit. How would you sneak your girlfriend that's hiding under your bed out because your parents came home a day early from their planned trip? Invite over like 10 friends and tell them to surprise you, and then when they all leave, your girlfriend slips out with the crowd. I had a friend who pulled this off. It was spectacular. You ever pull your cardigan closed across your chest with crossed arms and suddenly feel like a sentimental widow stepping out onto her beachfront porch at night, fondly remembering her past lover? Anyone? No? Alright. My alien outside my bedroom window at 1:37 a.m., scaring the fuck out of me because he forgot his house keys on the counter before getting ripped on $1 Long Islands at Applebee's. No, that's just your drunk roommate. I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but you can eat lasagna in the shower if you want to. It's not illegal. They can't arrest you. Go and be free. This is amazing, you guys. All this time, I thought it was illegal. Your grandpa reloads under enemy fire. He looks at a picture of his pregnant wife. As the German bullet pierces his skull, he sees generations beyond, where you jerk off to your ex's Instagram story. You get on your burrito and eat it anyway. Your grandfather smiles at peace. Drugs are bad, MK. Me, smoking a dog treat like a cigarette? You know, in the scheme of things, houses are just Tupperware and we are God's leftovers. My therapist, visibly shaking. How did you get in my bathtub? Houses are just Tupperware and we are God's leftovers. That has to be the realest thing I've heard all day. 30-year-old me, finally coming out of the cave for a beans refill. My mother. Neighbor who thinks I moved out 12 years ago. Beans. My niece wants to know, if she donates her hair to Locks of Love, and the recipient of her hair commits a crime and leaves hair at the crime scene, will her DNA be found all over the crime scene and thus incriminate her? She's 12. What? Why have one boyfriend when you can have 6 different non-committed men that sometimes are down to fuck at really weird random times, but none of them are emotionally interested in you, and only one of them likes to cuddle, but he's the worst at sex? Does anyone else get unreasonably anxious when they hear a car door shut outside their house? I always assume it's the police, no idea why. This. I guess years of pirating and freaky porn fetishes has given me anxiety that unmarked black SUVs are going to show up in front of my house and people in suits and badges will knock at my door. Oof. I wonder what this guy's been up to. Beyonce looked like the rough endoplasmic reticulum with ribosomes attached to it. What? What the fuck is that thing? She looks like she's wearing a latex glove. I don't often wish death upon people, but those utter spoiled cabbages that have those million lumen fuck your eyes headlights with their lifted trucks so that they can Thanos snap your retinas to dust in the rearview mirror as they tailgate you can go ahead and fucking cease to exist immediately. Yeah, I'm with you. Those headlights fucking suck. Especially if you're sensitive to light. Dudes in their 20s have to take boner pills now because they all sit at home watching the specific porn they're into. Then when they finally have a real life sexual encounter, they're all, "You're not a pregnant woman shooting a potato gun? You expect me to get hard for this?" Y'all need to stop with them weird ass fetishes you got. Physically, I'm here, but spiritually, I'm lying in a Waffle House parking lot somewhere in rural Kentucky, slowly bleeding out from several stab wounds. Mood. Alright, everybody. Hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you all next time. Peace.